Here are the just no mother-in-law stories for this video. As always, don't forget to share and like if you enjoy these videos. Without further ado, here we go! Mother-in-law refusing to get flu shot for newborn granddaughter. My dear husband and I recently had our first child, and he's the first grandchild on both sides of the family. We live in a colder state and flu season can get pretty bad. Over the summer, we sent out an email to everyone, family and close friends, saying our pediatrician highly recommends everyone who interacts with the baby get a TDAP if they haven't within the last year, and the flu shot, and let them know we would be 100% be requiring this. Everyone on my side of the family got their shots, no problem. And two of my friends actually waited to see DS because they had colds and had to push back their flu shot, and it takes 2 weeks to be effective. Their husband's brother, brother-in-law and his wife, sister-in-law got their flu shots, no problem. The reason for the email in the first place was that mother-in-law was very anti-vax for my dear husband's childhood. Luckily, she started after he had already gotten most of his vaccines. She was apparently reformed, but had made a few snide comments about us getting the same shots a year prior for a family friend's newborn daughter. Basically saying no one had those shots for her kids and they are all fine and it's stupid to get them. 2 weeks before mother-in-law was scheduled to meet her grandson, my dear husband called to double check she's gotten the shots because we hadn't heard anything about it. She said she got her TDAP the year before but wouldn't be able to provide any documentation and that she was allergic to the flu shot. No, just no. She doesn't have an egg allergy, and a simple Google search as well as multiple pediatricians in our DS practice says it's near impossible to be allergic to the flu vaccine. Side effects are common but are not an allergic reaction. 1 in a million doses causes a reaction, and furthermore, the pediatrician said it would be well documented if she had an allergic reaction. We ended up getting our DS's 2-month vaccines a week early so he would at least have the TDAP before meeting her. I'm just floored at her reasoning that it's better for her newborn grandson to get a vaccine early because she doesn't want to get a booster dose. My dear husband told her that without the flu shot, she's not being able to hold their son. She made a fuss but ultimately showed up at the Thanksgiving dinner hosted by dear husband's cousin. She looked at the baby, made some comments to sister-in-law about how she will remember not being able to hold the baby for the rest of her life and that for Christmas she wants a new family. She texted the morning after asking if she would be able to hold the baby if she wears a surgical mask. I just don't know what to do. My dear husband is so upset and hurt by her, he responded that he doesn't understand why she can't do this for the health and safety of her grandson. And she responded back that the flu shot isn't even effective. It's stupid to get it, and also she is allergic. It's honestly worrying to me that she's so comfortable lying about her allergy to the flu shot even when she's been told it's next to impossible and we know it's not true. Dear husband and I, we don't want her to hold their son because the risk just isn't worth it to us. But dear husband is exhausted. His dad is now saying he won't get the flu shot either just to be spiteful. Mother-in-law plans a trip for the entire month in our town, and while she's staying at a hotel, she has made it very clear her expectations that she will be able to cuddle their son and spend time with family. Dear husband has the shiniest of spines and has no problem saying no as a complete sentence about activities she suggests we all do. My suggestion to dear husband was to say she either can't hold their son without the shot because she has tried to undermine a rule we set up as parents. Also wants to add that we reached out to her to see if she gotten the shots. She never mentioned anything. I'm positive she just would have held their son and kissed him all over the face without telling us she hadn't had the shots, even after being on a plane to fly here. Or she can hold their son if she brings an unopened surgical mask over to our house and thoroughly washes her hands first. She only wants to hold him for Book of Faces photos anyway, so the photos would be absurd. Update to mother-in-law refusing to get a flu shot for newborn grandson. Quick recap. Mother-in-law refuses to get the flu shot to hold their son. We had said over the summer this would be 100% be required along with a TDAP. She refused that as well. Asked if she could hold the baby so long as she wore a surgical mask. So yesterday, after father-in-law went on a rant about how she shouldn't have to get the flu shot to hold their son, and then said he also wouldn't be getting one, mother-in-law sent out a group text to the family, basically that this is supposed to be the season of kindness and sharing and love and happy hearts, and let's all try to make new memories we all treasure. I love you. No one responded for hours until grandmother-in-law, who is usually my favorite, said that she was sorry that throwaway 2019 and their husband haven't let you hold their son in your loving arms, and it makes me feel hurt that it's all because of a flu shot. The old saying is that love is not love until it is given away. Do your best to keep the peace. Family is so important. I am seeing red. I want to respond so badly and say confused about the let's all try when it's just one person causing the issue, or message her privately, but their husband has asked me not to. He said he knows her better and she's 100% doing this now just to win and be right, and that not responding will drive her crazier. I believe him, but oh my god, do I want to let this woman have a piece of my mind. Also, the reason that she's in town is because we had asked his side of the family to come for Thanksgiving. We alternate years, and then potentially have her be our childcare for a week after I went back to work if daycare wasn't ready yet. This was over the summer before we found out she would refuse vaccines. After telling her our daycare actually worked out perfectly, we each got a separate text from her about a week later saying, "Just wanted to let you know I was able to book an Airbnb for the month of December so we can all spend the holidays together." Getting angrier just writing that last part, so I'm ending it here. Let's have a look at the comments. We had the same rule with my baby and every single family member got the shot without protest. My op-gene told me you have one job as a parent, and that is to protect your children, which includes protecting them from deadly infections. The flu is deadly to a baby, so F her. Stand your ground and protect that sweet baby. She is the one destroying this moment, not you. Don't let her get to you as she sounds extremely manipulative. If she chooses not to get the shot, she is making a choice to not hold or love on your baby. You did not make any choice here. You made a boundary for you and your baby, and you are 100% in the right. My son and dad-in-law had the same rule, and all grandparents and aunts, uncles, friends got the shots. It is really no big deal to get the shots. I am a retired nurse who has seen babies very sick from flu and pertussis, whooping cough, and I've seen a baby die of a flu complication. This is something you never forget. Stay strong and know that you are doing the right thing, protecting your baby. I always get the worst reaction to several vaccines like the flu shot. I got the damn shot when my best friend's kid was born. I'll take a week of discomfort and vomiting over potentially killing a newborn any day of the week. What is wrong with these people? Am I wrong for banning my mother-in-law from being in my house and around me and my son? So recently, me and my fiance had a gorgeous baby, our first. My mom has been amazing, my mother-in-law, however, has not. Ever since we told everyone we were expecting, she has been in a horrible state of mind. She got mad because my mom knew first, and she is always the last to know everything. But what kicked this off was even worse. After having my son 7 weeks early and having to have another surgery the day after, me and fiance decided that we wanted no visitors for 3 or so days to bond with and get used to the idea of having a baby. Oh my god, you would thought we said she could never see him. She kicked off and eventually I gave in. Fast forward, he came home, we took him over to see her, and her son punched my 3-week-old premature baby. I pulled my son away and told hers off. They both just laughed and she didn't tell him off. Then my mother-in-law snatched my newborn off of me and rocks him, saying to him, "My baby boy." And I didn't like it because he's my baby and he doesn't like to be rocked. So I mentioned it to my fiance to see what he thought, and he backed her up. He's well into the FOG. A few days later, my fiance brought my mother-in-law over to ours. I put the baby down in his pram and she asked what my problem was with her. I told her that 1. I didn't like her snatching my baby off me. 2. I didn't like her calling him her baby boy when her baby gets jealous. And 3. I think she manipulates fiancé. She does, but that's another story. She flipped out, screaming at me, refusing to leave after I told her to, calling me a cunt and that I'm deranged and delusional and that I'm a bitch for demanding that my fiancé come up to the hospital because they told me I was having a C-section that afternoon and she wanted to spend time with him. Then hit me in the chest. Anyone that had a baby knows this hurts and is dangerous. So I pushed her away from me and basically threw her out of my house and told her to never come near me or my son again. Now, my fiancé is calling me an asshole and I should just forgive her, but I just can't. It doesn't matter what I say to him about her, he just doesn't listen and I'm at my wit's end. Anyone who assaults you or your baby, including hitting and baby snatching, should be out of your life permanently. Anyone who minimizes rug sweeps or supports it should also be flushed. Don't give violence a second chance. Get this documented. Tell the police, your pediatrician or doctor, your lawyer, your mom, and your friends. It doesn't matter if you think it won't go anywhere, you need it recorded every time, every assault. Punching a premature baby and a postpartum woman recovering from a C-section and other surgery is aggravated violence. If your partner is not 100% protecting you from this, leave him. He will enable her in abusing you further. Also, do not marry this guy unless he does a complete 180 within a year and you're 100% certain he will defend you. I mean, he's calling her an asshole for not enjoying a good old punch after childbirth and surgery. Marriage should be so far off the table, it's on a different planet. Very much this, when someone justifies someone else hitting you or act like it's not a big deal for you to be hit, or, and this is so offensive I lack words, calls you out for refusing to stay a punching bag, they don't care about you. I have a family member who liked to hit me growing up. He's not allowed to visit my home unless my husband is home. He hasn't touched me in several decades, but the day my husband heard that he hit me, that was it. No second chance, no budging. It didn't matter to my husband that it was before we were together. Nothing mattered but protecting me. You deserve that. Your child deserved that. So those were the stories for today's video. If you enjoyed this video, a like will be highly appreciated. It really does help my channel out. Also, if you enjoyed this and want to stay up to date on the latest videos, then don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for listening and I'll see you in the next video.